What?
Nighty ho.
Nighty ho.
Hello, night enthusiasts. Nighty ho.
Nighty
ho.
Nighty ho. Should we do this entire video?
No.
No, okay.
Using really bad accents?
No. I'll do Tim Gunn.
I have no problem with that. We're going to talk today about the Imperial Knights Renegade game.
From Games Workshop.
From Games Workshop.
It's like we knew what we're doing or something.
Inconceivable.
Yes, so we have
So,
Renegades.
What happens in this game? Do giant war machines duel in the 41st millennium?
Yes.
yes.
Tell us more, Rico. Tell us more.
Do.
So it's kind of an unboxing is what we're doing.
Imperial Knight. Renegade.
Oh, that explains everything.
Thanks for watching.
There you go. Have a nice day. Well, go ahead.
No,
What?
so
Let's open it.
should we open it? Do you want to talk about what it does? Do you want to open it? What do you want to do? How do you
This
wanna
is
do
a box that holds things. Now we open it.
it? Okay.
It's a nice...
Inside the box.
You have spews.
The spoons!
Oh, what was that?
It
Oh.
was a dice.
Dice down.
And dice, but if you lose them, then you can't play the game. Well, we might as well throw it away. So you have sprues.
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 Lots of sprues. What do we got
Lots
here?
of sprues.
So it looks like we've got 2 knights. Standard.
Dude, it comes with a piece of cardboard.
That's a maze balls.
Is there a good night and a bad night?
Would you?
Good night. Bad night. It's like red light, green light.
Yeah. All right. So you've got your knights.
It comes with an Imperial Knight and a Renegade. I already said that.
Well, keep in mind. Hang on. It
Well,
actually,
you could actually build 2 Imperial Knights if you really wanted
that's
to.
what it comes with. You have to modify it to make it look like the Renegade. I found
Okay.
that out.
Well, all they did to modify it was roll their eyeball out.
Yeah, and which is on
But
a
it
white
gives you,
dwarf.
but it gives you stickers.
It does give you stickers.
So stickers
and
are good.
That's the important one. It gives you the new knight. What is it? Errant. All
But
the, it gives you
The weapon.
well, all the new sprues.
all
for
the new
knights.
sprues. So your missile launchers, your
But it gives you
Fist
one.
Thunder Fist Gauntlet, Icarus Last Cannons, or what is it? The Avenger Gatling Gun. Gives you one of those to choose, and you get to choose. But basically 2 knights. 2 knights.
And
2 knights.
Then it also
there's
gives,
more.
gives you 2 ruins.
So this is figurines and terrain.
Figurines and terrain. Good deal. And 2 bases.
It's all about the base.
all about the base.
No trouble.
No.
No.
Very
Decals?
small decal page.
They pretty much want you to go with what they've got.
Very
Very
small.
large model.
So you have 1/2 here for the Imperial Knight and 1/2 here for the Chaos Knight.
Correct.
You got a different bird, huh? This is like a vulture.
And then you have all the Chaos
Symbols.
symbols.
Okay.
So actually, this is actually all Imperial right here, because that actually goes on the leg right here. Because I know I put 5 of these things together. There you go.
And then can't forget stats for your building.
No, this is how you put your building together.
Or building, yes, constructions for your building.
No stats.
Where's the instructions for the knights, though?
I bet you. Right here.
Look at that.
How to put your knight together.
That's a color instruction sheet. Kind of nice, not just black and white.
Yep.
Makes you feel bad when you throw it away at the end.
Look at this. This is cool. This is
Rice paper.
a piece of blank rice paper that you can use for stuff and things.
And then it gives you the rules, which this is why I like it.
If you watched our former video of Fighter Aces,
I am.
he was moody and broody. Now he's excited.
No, I like it because, yes, you know that I know you're going to say I'm evil, but I went to the Age of Sigmar because, I played 40K for years. Lots of books. When you have rules that are like 4 pages long, that's awesome!
Less
So,
reading, more playing.
here's your rules. That's it. What's the rest of it? How to use your Chaos Renegade Knight in 40K.
Oh, cool.
So there you
Yes, so you can.
Because it's slightly different.
He does have some other cool things that he can do because he's chaos. So he has something basically like cannot die and things like that. So, anyway, back to the game at hand. You also get
That looks like BattleTech.
Yeah, it kind of has targeting grids with hit point things. You want to show that? And you get, now this is important, a blue dice and a red dice.
They're color-coded.
That is important. It really is.
Red.
No,
Blue.
no, that has nothing to do with it.
Red.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
Blue.
Yes, you're right, but that has nothing to do with it. But it is important that you have a red dice and a blue dice.
That's-
If you supplement your dice, it has to be a red dice and a blue dice.
It does have to be color coordinated to play this game.
So,
it does. You cannot use any.
just
You could use green or
Unless
whatever.
you're colorblind and you don't know what color you have, as long as you know one is the red dice and one is the blue dice. And it has nothing to do with the fact that that's red and that's blue.
And that's
But there's
it.
red. And
That is all that there is
That
in
is
this
it.
box. That's the unboxing. And the game is relatively simple.
The game is awesome sauce.
We're going to explain
For
it.
the fact that it's just
It's simple, and it's a fun mini game to play. And then, I mean, it's right now just based on just this. And I know we're goofing off and stuff and having fun, but just seriously for a minute, just you
Oh, we have
get
to
terrain.
You get terrain.
You get 2 pieces of
Okay.
terrain and 2 knights.
So this
and,
is
and a dispute.
Pardon my French, but this is probably kind of pissed me off.
He's never happy.
No. Okay. So yes, I have 5 knights. I love my knights. They're awesome.
They're
But
undefeated, right?
yeah, they are. I got 5 knights, and then they decided to upgrade the knights and make them cooler. So I had 5 knights that did not have any of the extra cool
Missile
bits.
launchers, the anti-air.
The
Standard
Gatling
loadouts.
gun, they were standard load. I'm like, okay, that's whatever, but now I would like to have something to shoot down planes. I'd like to have some, more than one shot, have rockets or whatever. So I says, well, if Games Workshop would just sell that sprue, I would be awesome. No. You have to buy the knight set, which was now even more expensive, and I don't need another knight just to get the sprue. I need just the sprue. Anyway, so now they come out with this awesome box set that is almost as the same price as one knight, and you get
2 knights.
2 knights
Plus.
terrain
Plus 2 sets of terrain.
plus.
Plus the add-ons. And the game in itself.
I didn't even like the knights, and I almost want to buy the darn thing.
It's
And, well, it does that. So there's rules in here if you have 2 sets. It allows you to play 2. It tells you how to play with 4 knights. So we may have to try that.
well, I'm sure we will because I want to actually. So here's the thing: is it the most tactical game in the world? No.
No, if you're bored with Death in the Skies. No, if you've got your butt kicked at a tournament that's taking you all day and you've only played 2 games because it's so long.
This thing's. So here's how you.
It's
do
an
this.
icebreaker. It's nice.
All right. So honestly, this is. So I read through that 4-page rule book very quickly. 4. 1, 2.
You did 4?
And how much
Actually,
of
it's
that
only.
was fluff?
It's only
I was gonna
really.
say some of that's fluff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only really 2 pages. Really, that's 2 pages rule book.
5-page
2-page
rule
rule book. 2-page rule book with some fluffage. Anyway, so here's what's important. You start off with your knight, okay, and it has some scenarios, and it tells you how to set it up and everything with maps and things. Or I'm sure you're creative enough to come up with your own. If not,
We'll probably play through them.
so we'll probably play through them just to see. So, you set up the game. All right? You do what's called the planning phase. Now, they have a table. Tables, I'm not the biggest table fan in the world, but it's not that hard of a table. They have 7 things that you can do. Okay? Each knight has what they call 3 action points. And each one of these things that you do costs a certain amount of action points. So you could actually do more than one thing. So, for example, the first one is a snap attack. It's 1 action point.
Ow!
Second one is advance, which means you move, which is 1 action point. 3 is rotate your ion shields. Now, the funny thing is for some reason, unless you do that, you have to always rotate your ion shield, which will sound funny in a minute when I tell you the other rule because it's just funny. So you rotate your ion shield, which basically means you turn on your ion shield, but it doesn't come on unless you do that action, which is 1 action point.
So you're shieldless if you don't do that?
Yes.
Standard attack is 2 action points, and it's different than the snap attack, which we'll talk about. Run, which is 1 action point, which is moving more than just normal, but it's also funny because I'll tell you. And then aimed attack, which is all 3. So if you just stand there and shoot the guy, that's all you're going
Just
to do.
use one eye like you just did.
But it's, you aim it right there. And then 7 is charge. Now, they're actually numbered for a reason. And I'll tell you why.
1 through 7.
Charging is 2 action points. So, anyway. Everybody picks privately. You're supposed to write it down so you don't lie or cheat. What you're going to do.
Up to 3.
Order of operations?
Up to 3 actions, yes. So I'm going to do a 1. So that's 1 action point. I'm going to do a snap attack. And then I'm going to do a 2, which is an advance or whatever I could advance, then shoot. However you want to do it, you go up to your 3 action points and you write down the number of what you're going to do. So I'm going to do a 1, a 2, and a 5. Or whatever, because that would be my 3 action points. Okay, got it?
It reminds me of the episode of Friends. The 1, the 2, the 3,
Anyway,
and the 5, and the 7.
then you reveal what you're going to do. Okay. So,
Focus.
we show what we're
That's
going to
number
do.
8 on
Then, what we do is we start with number 1. And if you have a snap attack as your number 1 goes first.
So it goes in order.
So it goes in order. So if my first action was to charge you, I would have to wait until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were done. If anybody.
So I'd be all snappy first, and then you'd have to do that later, huh?
Yes. So number 1 goes first. Number 2, and so I could do.
1, 1, 1.
Yeah. You could do snap attack, snap attack, and snap attack.
And you'd resolve all 3 of those before he ever did his number 2.
2, yeah, before he advanced.
Okay.
So you'd be able to do that. Okay. So here's what it says. So in the execute, both players reveal their choice and carry them out in the order they appear on the table.
Okay.
So action 1 is resolved before action 2, and so on. If both players choose the same action, guess what you have to do?
Roll.
Roll a dice.
Inconceivable!
So you roll a dice and you decide, oh, you got a 3, you get to do your number 1 first. Okay. So if any of them are an advance, a run, you can do, or a charge, you can do your movement. Now this is the part that's kind of funny. The fart. This is the part that's kind of funny. So if you just advance, you move 9 inches. So you go, I'm going to advance. Do. So you move 9 inches. Now, it talks about movement, and it basically says that you don't have to move the whole 9, but no part of the model,
Including the barrel sticking out here.
no part of the model can be above that 9 inches. If you run, you move up to 2d6. So that's the part that's kind of funny. I decide to walk towards you, I move 9. If I try to run at you, I could move 2.
3.
2. I could do 2.
2 ones.
2d6. So it's like, I'm going to run. Not really. So it's kind of
Tripped and fell.
Charging, you move up to 6 inches. And if you do charge, you do automatically get to hit with your handy
Or
McMandy-
hand-to-hand weapon.
your handy weapon.
Could be a power fist
Okay.
now.
So
It does have the Thunder Strike Claw, yeah.
yes. So here is really quick what you have for each of one of your things that you can do. So movement is taken care of. So your snap attack action. So there's 3 types of the snap attack, the standard attack, and the aimed attack. Okay. And each one of those has a difference on what you do when you roll. And I have to find it real quick. So editing.
Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly doo,
Okay,
doodly
stop that now.
doodly.
Where was it? Okay.
See, I'm trying to give the editor a marker here.
Word.
The doodly
That's
doo
a
app.
good. That's a. Okay, where is it that it talks about?
It's a diddly do.
Once nine.
Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, still doodly. Lots of doodly, doodling all over the place. Jeez, Rico, it's a full-page rule book.
Anyway, so go back to this point. So one interesting thing about moving, this is why I said the ion shield's kind of funny, because they don't say turn on ion shield, they say rotate it. And that's why I think it's kind of funny, because it should just be turn it on, because anytime you move, so let's say you're here, and I'm here, okay?
Where am I?
And I want to move towards Chad. So I move towards Chad. Yeah, and then he says, well, I'm going to move towards Chad too. So you move towards Chad. After all movement, you automatically rotate to face each other. Because it says in a duel, you never turn your back to
Your opponent.
you never turn your back to
You
an
beat him
opponent.
down last time.
And you can't shoot each other
In the back.
in the back or the side. So it's funny that it says rotate your iron shield, because if you turn on your iron shield, it would be right here. And then if you rotated it, you're always facing them. So it's not really like you're rotating it, you're just turning it on. Anyway.
The concept is the shield's here, you went over here, the shield's still here until it comes here.
Well, no, because then you turn this way and you have to face them, so it'd still be there.
So as you rotate
But
it
it's-
here,
I think
you
it's just-
bring it yeah.
Anyway, I just think it
Rotate
should.
your body.
Anyway,
on
turn
your-
on your ion shield, is whatever. But you always face each other. So you'll never be shooting like this.
So there's no
Thing.
side armor value at all.
You just, nope. So that's why these charts are always frontal.
Got it.
Because
Cool.
you're always hitting each other in the front.
Got it.
Okay? So that's important to remember. So,
Sumo wrestlers just facing each other across the ring, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, back to the weapons. As I was saying, so you have your movement. When you're done moving, you always turn to face each other. You do each thing in action. Now, if you load them out, however you want to load them out, it has the weapon stats. Each weapon has specific things. One, a name. That's good, because then you know what you're shooting. It has the range that it can shoot. They do actually have an armor piercing value, which does take away from the save. And we'll talk about
And
saves.
they did it Age of Sigmar wise.
So every
No, they did. Look, it's not like the chart in 40K.
Right,
It's
yeah.
-2, minus this. It's
it's basically
It is. It's Age of Sigmar. What do you call it?
Rend.
Rend. So basically, all knights have a 5-up save.
Period.
Period. So you have a 5-up save. Now, if you happen to be with your ion shield, if you did that ion shield, rotate your ion shield, and they shoot you, then you get a +1, so it's a 4.
Plus save.
If they measure you from middle of your knight to middle of your knight, and it goes through a piece of terrain, one of the buildings that you have, you also are considered to be obscured, so you also get another +1, so it could go to a 3-up. So these APs would minus that. So this has like an AP -2, so you would then be back to, you know, if you were 3-up, then you'd go back to.
So if I'm shooting you right out in the open,
yes,
it's a 5-up.
it's a 5-up.
But
And
you
you have
said
an
that
AP -2.
and if you didn't have the shield,
If you didn't have the shield, then
It's a
boom,
6-up.
Yep.
if you put the shield on, it's a 5-up.
5-up. With
If
the
it goes through
-1.
terrain, it's a 4-up.
Yep.
Got it.
All right. Then it has damage, and each one does a specific, like 3 damage, D3 damage, D6 damage, so on. Okay. So each specific weapon has its own damage that it does. That's important because, as we had mentioned, we can now do this.
Yay.
You probably won't be able to see this, but this is your chart. Okay. This chart shows you if you do the different attacks. So you have your aimed attack, your standard attack, and your snap attack.
Yes,
Okay, so each one of those we talked about
There we go.
is your action that you can do. The fast one was the snap. So if you do your snap attack, you'd use this row here. If you did a standard, you'd use that one, and if you did an aimed attack, you'd use this one. Now this becomes important of why we have the dice. Because this is the red one, and this is the blue one. Okay? And
Red and the blue.
red is your horizontal aim. Blue is your vertical aim. So I'm going to say I did a standard attack on James.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll both dice. So I did a 2 on my red and a 1 on my blue. So red is horizontal, blue is vertical at a standard attack. So you look at this chart. When I shoot James, I am going to say, I am shooting you in the blah, blah, blah. And here's the blah, blah, blah.
You pick.
Okay? So I'm going to shoot you in the head. Because I'm going to shoot James in the head. Because that's where I want to shoot James.
Pick a grid coordinate.
So I pick a grid coordinate and say, I'm shooting James in the head.
Okay.
So I say, that's where I'm shooting you. Then what I do is I look at this and I say, 2 on the chart. Over here.
Sorry.
2 on the chart. And I did a standard attack. And I go over to the 2. Has an arrow pointing this way, and it's a 1 arrow. So I go to the head, and on my horizontal, I go 1, 1 over.
Ah.
Then the 1 on the standard attack was 2 arrows going up. So I go back here, and I go 1, 2. Now, I'm off of anything that he actually has,
That's
so
important.
I miss.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
Oh,
So
wow.
you move around, and wherever you end up, if you end up hitting something that has an armor type value or whatever, they get the save. So let's say I hit him in his head. So I said, James, I hit you in your head.
Okay.
So he rolls, and it's a 5-up. He got a 6. But my armor piercing was 1, so it's a B, still 5, so he still passed, so he would save. Then he rolls again, because I hit him again, blah, blah, blah. It's a 3, so he misses. So then I look at the damage of that weapon. The damage of that weapon was D3. So I do 3 damage, and so I see these little dots here. You go pew, pew, pew.
So I take 3 5s off.
Yes.
3 of these little 5 numbers.
Yes.
Okay.
You mark on the sheet, or
And then it just says you can put
You know,
markers or whatever.
I was thinking
on
about
it,
this,
so
but I would think grease pencil.
you could laminate it. I don't know.
slip it in
Anyway.
a plastic sleeve and use
Yeah,
grease
put it in
pencil.
the back sleeve. So, then if you get down to here, if you end up getting criticals on here, okay,
Why do we get criticals?
the critical hit, I will show you. So, anyway, the critical hit is if you, where was it? Sorry. Okay, so armor. Assuming that your attack hits location, your opponent can then attempt to do the save, which we did.
Okay.
So you missed. If the score is 5 or more, okay, This is so the penetration armor value. This can be found on your knight's reference card. If the score is 5 or more, the knight's shielding has proven true. So we know that 4 or less, it suffers the wounds. If this happens, the location loses a number of armor points equal to the damage of the weapon. Each circle on a location represents 1 armor point. When all of the location's armor points are gone, that location is critically damaged.
Okay, so let's assume that you hit me for 4 points
so
of
I
damage.
blow out the
Let's
head.
say you hit me for 5 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. All my armor is gone, and I'm gonna hit goes through.
Okay, so then you look at the critical table below.
Down here.
On head.
Okay, head. Location number 5.
Yep. And what does it say?
On the effect, Knight can only spend 2 action points per turn.
So you lose an action point because your head kept blown off.
And that's permanent damage, right?
Yes.
Yes. So much
Now-
like Battletech.
So it tells you the critical hit card, and it corresponds to the number of the circles. So you got that's what the numbers on these circles are. So you got
So the-
3L, 3R.
So the
that's
numbers are
left,
just
right.
so 5 is a head, 6 is or 7 is a torso,
Right.
8 is legs.
So
8
those
is
just
legs.
tell you where
Got
to
it.
look on the chart.
That's
so
just where
these
to
numbers show you. Okay, yes. So now, if you hit that same location again, there's no effect. So you can't blow the head off more than once. When a knight suffers critical damage in 6 places, it's destroyed.
Huh. Simple.
That's it.
Easy.
So that is all you kind of do. You run around, you shoot, and you
So
try to blow
fi-
pieces out.
6 of these squares are gone.
6 of these squares are gone.
Then you're done.
6 of these squares are gone.
You're
then
done.
you're done. You're dead.
That's it.
Yes. But the critical hits can start causing
Negative side
negative
effects.
effects.
Yeah.
And so your knight gets worse and worse. Now, in hand-to-hand combat, you do not have to roll on the chart. In hand-to-hand combat, if you do a charge, you automatically hit.
Oh, so it's just an automatic pop.
Yes. So you run in and just smack him. Thank you, Chad.
That's
So
easy.
The Reaper's Sword and Thunderstrike Gauntlet never scatter. This means that when attacking with one of these weapons, you do not roll the dice. Instead, simply pick the location you wish to
So I
strike.
pick the head. I'm going to hit you.
Yep.
So there's some advantage to hand-to-hand.
Yes, so
obviously.
trying to use it in hand-to-hand can be awesome.
So you like whittle this piece away when you get in the hand-to-hand. You can say, I'm going to hit that thing now. I gunned it down. I've got a couple holes
I
there.
can cause a crit.
I'm going to go knife it, huh?
Yes.
Knife hand.
So that's pretty much it. 2 knights, simple dueling rules.
I like it.
It's pretty simple and easy and plays out rather quick.
Hey, do you have the...
Oh, yes.
Chad.
We can see it.
So here it gives you 3 scenarios that you can play with. If we focus better.
Zoom.
Oops, I always get that wrong.
There we go.
There we go. So 3 scenarios that you can play with. Telling you some different things. It does have some objectives. So either you kill the knight or you get the objective. Either way, you can win the game depending on the scenario that you're playing.
And these are set with just the pieces of terrain that come with the game, it looks like.
Yes.
Correct.
So it's kind of set up so you can just use what you have. And then, like I said, this gives you all the information for the Renegade Knight to actually use a Chaos Knight
For your Chaos.
in 40k.
Wow.
And that's that.
What's the significant difference between the Renegade and the regular Knight?
The biggest part is that it has the it shall not die thing, so it can kind of like it's because it's the demon possessed thing, so it has
So
that.
it heals.
It can heal itself, and it has pretty much the same loadout as everything else. Similar point wise, so nothing too different. Now we have a soundtrack going on.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Background music. But usually James puts that in, but now we have our own.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, there you go. So 2 in 1, you get a basically free terrain and almost a free night for the price. It's maybe half price night,
Yeah.
and you can use it in 40k if you mock them up to be a
It's actually kind of a cool gig.
yeah.
And not even like Knights.
All right, so there you have it.
Easy.
Warhammer, where is it? Doesn't say it on the front, does
Yeah,
it?
that's right.
Where's it? Oh, there it is. Warhammer 40k Imperial Knight Renegade.
So what did we learn? We learned that
It's a giant war machines that are dueling in the 41st millennium.
no.
Anyway.
this is a pickup.
So I would say so for sure.
Just well, if you
It's
like
just-
to play, just the
I mean,
The price
okay,
of the knights
here's the
alone.
thing, yeah. For the price of the knights, if you're a 40k guy, you can always throw them in your 40k game.
and some train
And some terrain. I love terrain. Anyway,
Inconceivable.
so yeah, the terrain, the knights, and this simple game.
Cool.
which
So
we'll
there
be
you go.
doing some battle reports on it.
That's all I have to say about that. All right. So like, subscribe, comment below. If you have any questions, ask Rico.
compared to this,
Oh gosh.
I would buy this.
Let's not go there. And with no further ado, we'll see you guys in the next episode from 40K Amateur Hour.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.